If y'all are building web pages in Adobe Dreamweaver, the quickest way to get a responsive website up and running is to use Bootstrap. And it's built into Dreamweaver. Let me show you how to do it. It is not hard. I'm going to create a new site here. So go to Site, New Site. Okay, that's going to be my main folder. And I'm just going to name this site Bootstrap Play. Okay, there's one more thing I do when I'm doing just the basics. And that's go and I make an image folder. Okay, that's going to be my default folder. Okay, once you get that all defined, it comes over here. But before you do that, you have nothing. This is just the image folder I created. And there's my main folder. This is where my site's going to live. Okay. Hit Create New over here on the left. You'll get this new document window. Over here on the right, you have two options, None and Bootstrap. Y'all select Bootstrap. It just makes your life so much easier. Even if you don't know Bootstrap, select Bootstrap. You can learn it as you go. Hit Create. Now, what that does is it starts out and it gives you a template. It gives you a starter page, and I'm just going to call this page 1. And the reason why I named it is because I wanted my sites to be relative. I mean, my links in here to be relative. Okay. Now, there's been some concern about this 4.41, and people want to use the regular version, the most current version. That's fine. You can do that. But let's start with this. Okay, so this option gives you a starter page. You've got a menu built in there. You got this Jumbotron. You got 2 images placed there. You got a couple of buttons. It gives you the rundown of how to do that. Now, since we're using version 4.1, and I'm getting that from right here, that's the CSS. When you go into this is your main site, getbootstrap.com. Come down here, go to All Releases, and select 4.1 so you have that documentation that's relative to what you're using. Just to start, we're going to get to the other stuff. I know y'all want the higher version, but this is a perfectly good version. The good thing about using this version is the insert panel here, this Bootstrap Components, is geared towards this version. So that's kind of why, if you're new, you want to use it. But a lot of people just copy and paste directly out of the documentation, which is fine if you want to use a different version. I often do that, and I know other people on this site do that as well. Excuse me. Okay, let's just start out with the image. Okay, here you've got a card image, and this is actually an image. If you go over here to your files, okay, this is the folder we created. Okay, so now let's bring in some images of our own. Hit Explore here. I just right-clicked. I'm going to my desktop and I've got like 12 images here. So now I've got them all, and I'm just going to drag them in or copy them over here. I'm just dragging it. Okay, so now they're all there. Now, all I have to do is change this and pick one of my images. Let's do this one. Okay, now when you bring that up, this is what you're looking at. It's responsive, but that's only because it's in a card. Okay, now let's give it some pretty stuff. Got that on there. You say, well, what is that, Amy? What does that do? Go here, copy it. go to your Bootstrap documentation, and in the search box, just paste it in there, and it'll take you to there, and it'll tell you everything what that class gives you. There's different classes that you can put on an image. It explains what they are, what they do. Let's look at this image thumbnail. It gives you a little border around it. So if you wanted to add that, you would just start typing. Put your cursor there and hit space bar, and then type IMG, and it gives you all your options. I'm going to start thumbnail because I want that little border around it. See how it gives me a little border? I'm going to hit Alt Save. Alt F Save is what I did there, and then I'm going to hit F12. See, it gives me that little border. Let's work on this other image. Okay, this is an image. That little gray box is an image. See, it's got a source and everything. So if you want to change an image, all you have to do is go down here and hit your folder and pick a new image, this one, and hit OK. It's that simple. File, save. Then if you go back over here, you'll see that it's up. But unlike this one, it doesn't have the border because we didn't put the thumbnail on there. I put my cursor where I want to add to the class. I'm typing IMG, and it gives me my options, and I know it's thumbnail I want. Again, y'all read these things, just start reading some of them a day, every day, until you get through it. It's not that hard, and the more you build with the Bootstrap, the more you'll get to know them. But y'all use Bootstrap on your stuff. It's just it makes life so much easier than hand coding, and it gives you beautiful pages. Okay, now that's the template that comes with it, that comes with Bootstrap. Let me show y'all another way. I wanted to also kind of, before we get away from this, this comes in when you pull that. This is Dreamweaver stuff, so it's 4.1. That's theirs. When you selected Bootstrap 4.1, that's what it gave you. Okay. Now, some of y'all have mentioned that you want to use a higher version. So let's do that. Okay, so we're starting fresh again. You're going to create new. We're not going to use an existing because it's gone, even though it says it's not. It's gone. Okay, now unclick include a pre-built layout. That's the one that gave us the pretty layout, and all we had to do was drop in the new images and play around with it. We're going to start from scratch. So create new and uncheck this. Hit create. Let me show you what that gives you.